Hello, everyone. Let me see. It looks like we've got some audio coming through. Give a minute or two for people to connect. Sorry I had to disconnect and restart. Had a problem with my audio. It's been a few weeks since I've streamed, and so a little bit rusty, but I want to make sure everything's working. This is going to be a real short stream just to test out a few things, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. I'm just going to go through the Outpost phase of the scenario we finished last time, which is actually a few weeks ago. Let me just make sure we're live. All right. Looks like we're up on Twitch. Let's see if anybody's in the chat yet. I don't see anyone in the chat, but could just be taking a minute or two to get caught up. Let's see if anybody's in the chat yet. All right. Well, I think we're just going to get started then. Oh, I know why I'm not hearing anything. Let me see. Is that still connected? That is. Let me disconnect that. One more quick check. Jump over to actual Twitch website and see if I can hear anything.
With your feet on the air and your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah.
Wait for the ad to finish. It's gonna be a long ad. All right, I'm not going to bother with that. If anybody's in the chat, let me know. It looks like I'm getting audio. But I just wanted to welcome everyone back. As you know, we've been going through Frosthaven here on solo adventures with CaptainQwyx. That's my BGG username. I'm Jeff Anderson, CaptainQwyx on BGG, and I work here at the BGG building. I'm the director of events, planning BGG Spring, BGG Con, BGG at Sea, our gaming cruises, and I like to take a little bit of time out of my day once or twice a week and do some solo board game streaming. And we are playing Frosthaven. All right. Old Slow Tiger 90 can hear you. Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for jumping in there and letting me know. All right. I basically just wanted to test out the stream here a little bit and then finish out our Outpost phase from the scenario that we played a couple weeks ago. I still have it all set up here. Switch to the overhead view. I'll show you underneath. We've still, if you remember, we were fighting some Algox and helping the town guard defend the city wall as we arrived in Frosthaven. So, have a few corrections and a few things to finish up from the end of the scenario last time. We were able to defeat the Algox, and we met with Satha, mayor of the fort, and she told us about the Algox, and they've been harassing them all winter, and she's going to send us on a mission to track down the Algox raiding party that was with us, or that had just invaded. And so we have two missions that we can go track down. I'm not going to make that decision just yet, but if you look up here, up in the mountains above Frosthaven, we can track down the cave at the base of Snowscorn Mountain, or we can hike around to the Deadly Eastern Face, and that's the scenario Algox Scouting versus Algox Offensive. Now, I do need to correct the reward for that scenario was morale, based on the number of city guards we still had on the map. And I don't know what I was thinking, thinking that we had all 6. We only ever had 3 city guards on the map. And so 2 plus X, 2 plus 3 morale is 5, not 8 that I had said last time around. So on our campaign sheet, we have 5. We actually have 6 morale because we did a Outpost event, and one of the benefits of the Outpost event is that we gain 1 more morale. So we are sitting at 6 morale, which gives us a plus 0 defense. We also need our party name. We haven't named our party yet. And I was thinking about that a little bit. If you've got a suggestion for our party name, go ahead and throw it into the chat. As a reminder, our party is composed of Emmy Hadwise, the human banner spear, as well as Crisrol Eldershadow, a Volrath Deathwalker. 2 female characters. Currently, obviously, we're going to get new characters as we retire characters. But I was playing around with the idea. I'm currently reading The Wheel of Time, or listening to it, audiobook. And Banner Spear, I just had an interaction with some Aiel Maidens of the Spear that are very fierce female warriors, and so I was thinking something along those lines. Having a banner spear, having a death walker, spear walkers, walker of the spear. I don't know, tying in with that Wheel of Time reference. If you're familiar with that, I'll give another minute or two into any ideas in the chat for our party name. So we're going to go through the Outpost phase, and that basically there's several things that happen in the Outpost phase. One being the event that we resolved, which, a reminder, we gain 1 morale, we gain 3 collective material resources of any kind, and then gain the Brummix campaign sticker. We basically met up with a Quattrel Tinkerer, Pinter Droman, who found this really cool item, and we could either make it into an item or just get it as generic resources, and we chose the generic resources. I haven't decided yet what resources we need, because I am going to look ahead, because we're going to use those in the buildings here in just a minute. I did want to mention, last time on the stream, I was confused by the Brummix campaign sticker, and looking over at our sheet of campaign stickers, we don't have anything that just says Brummix. We do have Brummix tracks that have 5 different Brummix tracks. And I did look it up on this handy online website and found that, yes, they are one and the same. So I'm going to take one of these Brummix tracks stickers and add it to our campaign stickers here. And we're going to make a nice little tracks of the stickers as we get all 5. We'll get to unlock a new paragraph. All right, so that's the Brummix campaign sticker. I already got the morale. We need to decide on material resources. So what we can use resources for is building and leveling up new buildings in Frosthaven, as well as crafting new items. If you remember, Crisrel has a personal quest to loot 8 total lumber cards, and I have made a note on her character sheet for those 8 lumber cards, and we did actually get one of them in the last campaign, so I've marked that off. Emmy, Hadwise, wants to be a merchant. She wants to own, for her personal quest, 3 of every type of item and 4 pouches. And so I've checked off boots item and a hands item because she currently has a heater shield and the winged shoes. So we're going to want to craft more items for her because she needs lots of items. She can't use them all in every scenario. Each scenario you'll have to decide which item you're going to bring in. But so we want resources for her to craft items, and we might want buildings to upgrade Frosthaven. Now, we're going to go through it step by step here in a minute, but we can we can brew potions, craft items, and eventually we'll be able to purchase items. We can't do that yet because we don't have the correct building out in Frosthaven yet, and that's a building I don't even know the name of. All I know is it's building number 37, I believe. We'll need that before we can buy items. But as we go through the outpost phase, we'll go through all of our buildings, and the first thing we do is go through any top actions that we have to do in numerical order. So the craftsman has no effect. The alchemist has no effect. The workshop says each of the following is an upgrade that can be built in any order. So we can build a boat, a sled, or climbing gear. We are prosperity level 1, and they all require that. And let me just set this over here real quick. And then the boat needs 7 total resources. The sled needs 6. The climbing gear needs 6. There are 3 different types, as you can see: wood, metal, and hide. So we'll come back to that to see if we want to buy any of those. And then the barracks action is that we can collectively train soldiers. However, our capacity is 4. And when we put this building into the deck, you see that exclamation point at the bottom, we added 4 soldiers, and that is our capacity. So we have no need to train any more soldiers yet. So we don't have to worry about any of that. So basically what we'll be to do, those 3 different things in the workshop, there are some different new buildings we could build that require resources. According to my notes, in the Frosthaven supply, our collective supply, we don't have any resources yet. Our personal supply, Crisrel has 2 wood, 2 hide, and 1 herb, and I don't remember the name of the herb that she got, but you can see that over here. She's got 1 of the herb in the lower right. And then Emmy has got 4 metal and 2 hide and no herbs, which are potion items. We need at least 2 herbs to brew any potions, so we're not going to worry about that in this outpost phase because we only have the 1. The reason I mention our collective Frosthaven supply versus our individual resources, we can use our individual resources together with what's in Frosthaven supply to build buildings. We can contribute from our individuals to the collective at any time. We can use any of those supplies to build or upgrade buildings. If we're going to craft items, we're not allowed to pull from the Frosthaven supply. We can only use our individual supply to craft new items. We can use herbs from anywhere to brew potions. So, I'm looking at the building upgrades we might want to build. I'm looking at the items we might want to craft. And I think for right now, I'm just going to make executive decision that we're going to take those 3 collective material resources and add them to the Frosthaven supply. I do have an excess of metal. At least Emmy has 4 metal. And I want to look at the buildings out here. We have a logging camp, a hunting lodge, and a mining camp that we can build. We have a wall that we could build. A wall would take 4 wood. Hunting lodge is 4 wood, 1 metal, 2 hide. Logging camp is 2 wood, 3 metal, 2 hide. And then the mining camp is 4 wood, 2 metal, 1 hide. Hello, Time Roller. Welcome to the chat. You say, whoops. I'm wondering, did I mess something up or what that might be referring to? I've got to rewind in my head to think what you might be talking about there. Or could it just be that I had no audio the first time I tried to get this going? Okay, so I don't know yet what building I might want to build. I don't know why. Have no real concept. I mean, it's very early in the game. I could look at upgrading our crafting items, upgrade our craftsman. I know if I upgrade our alchemist, it allows us to do more with potions, but I can't do any potions yet. Climbing gear. Climbing gear might come in handy, especially since we just talked about if we want to scale the, what was that? Scale the Deadly Eastern Face. You know what? I don't know what it's all going to do, but let's just do that. So if I want the climbing gear, I'm going to say we want some more wood in the Frosthaven supply. So finishing our event, collect 3 collective material resources. I'm just going to make that 3 wood. Okay. So moving through our outpost phase. Since this is the first time I've ever done an outpost phase, I kind of want to make sure we do it in the correct order. All right, the first thing is passage of time. We did that. We marked our X up here. And there's nothing to read. There's no paragraph in that box for us. Second thing is the outpost event. We did that. We met with the Quattro Tinkerer, and I just finished resolving all of the results of that outpost event. Third thing is building operations. That is when we go through the buildings up top and apply any of their operations up here, anything with the sun symbol there. And as I said, there's not really Well, I guess I'm not sure if the this top part, if I do that in building operations or if I do it in downtime. I don't know if it matters. I'm just going to say we're going to get some climbing gear. We're at prosperity level 1, so we can do that. We need 1 wood, 3 metal, and 2 hide. So we're going to do that now. I'm taking off 1 wood. And then Emmy is going to contribute all of the metal for the climbing gear. She has 4. So now she goes to 1. And since she contributed 3 of the metal, I think it's only fair that Chris will contribute the 2 hide that we need. Okay, so hide. Oh, only 1. Yes, 2 hide. Climbing gear, and that is actually a sticker. If I remember right, I think I saw that in the Outpost stickers. Climbing gear, C. I don't know if it's going to help us on our next scenario, but we'll take a shot. And we need to put it in C, but there is a paragraph first, 161.1. Let me see if that tells us where to build the, or where, if it gives us an indication on where to put the climbing gear. 161.1. Despite its apparent hostility, the landscape surrounding Frosthaven calls for exploration. Now that some climbing gear has been constructed, you have the means to access new horizons high up in the mountains. Inside the shop, you encounter the harrower carpenter hard at work. The horde of insects which makes up their shape flits around, braiding together fibers for rope. When we're finished, they say in their chittery voice, this rope will be able to withstand the weight of 100,000 bees. You must look nervous. Their shape flutters with humor. Don't worry, that means it will hold you too. You dearly hope so, because you can't picture 100,000 bees scaling a mountain anytime soon. Place climbing gear campaign sticker on the town map at location C. You may now play scenarios with the ropes requirement. There's a little icon here that I'm guessing means climbing gear, ropes or something. And gain 1 prosperity. All right. So it did not tell us where C is. But I found it. It's right here at the bottom. Okay. So we're going to put this right about here. Let's see. There's some stones there I can line up with. Good enough. We have climbing gear. All right. So we can do scenarios that require climbing gear. I'm guessing scenario 2 is not going to require it, but hey, we're thinking ahead. Maybe that was a huge mistake and we'll need those resources for something else, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, finishing out our building operations. We did that. We're not training up any new resources. Now we go to downtime. All right, downtime. Level up. We don't need to level up. We are at 20 out of 45 and 19 out of 45. Retire a character, create a character. Craft items, brew potions, sell items. So we're just going to craft items. And then after downtime, the 5th step is to construction, building a new building. Based on building the climbing gear we just did, I'm guessing we probably won't have enough to build a new building. But let's craft some items. So, We have 1 wood in the Frosthaven supply, but we can't use it to craft our own items. Chrisferl has 2 wood, and that's it. And Emmy has 1 metal, 2 hide. All right, let's see what we can craft. Joe King, welcome. Just in time for the end. Yeah, this is actually the end of the scenario we did several weeks ago. You were probably here for that. I'm just doing a short stream to finish up our Outpost phase. So you didn't miss out on any actual play. We're just kind of doing our bookkeeping here. All right. So Chris has Boots of Speed already. And what did I say? She has 2 wood. Emmy has Winged Shoes and Heater Shield. She's got a metal and 2 hide. So we can get a Spyglass. Gain advantage on 1 attack. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to do that with a metal unless I find something amazingly better. But I love getting advantage. Let's see. A helmet. When you are attacked, any 2x is by the enemy is a +1 instead. That's kind of cool. Traveling Cloak. At the start of the scenario, increase your maximum hit point value by 1. Oh, hide. So that helps with hit points. Or crude hide armor. On the next 2 attacks targeting you, the attacker gains disadvantage. That you would use both our hide. So hit points up by 1. And I think, yeah, Emmy is our tank. Interesting. That's going to be a tough choice to make. She's going to get one of those, I think. Doesn't need... She's already got boots right now. Could add +1 move for 2 hide. They both have boots, so I'm not going to look at boots too much. Although, flexible slippers, that's pretty powerful. During your end of turn, loot an adjacent hex instead of the hex you occupy. I like that. Okay. So, wood. Chris has wood. Crude bow. During your turn, add +1 range to one of your ranged attacks. She doesn't do a ton of range. She uses her shadow stuff more. Crude spear requires wood and metal, which she does not have. Wood and hide she does not have. And then more just metal. Okay, so is she going to do anything with her 2 wood? Chris, I don't think you have a lot of ranged attacks. No, because you're basically oh, well, there's a ranged attack. The Black Barrage. Dark Fog is ranged. So add 1 more to range. Maybe. Yeah, why not? I mean, I feel like I don't know yet what I need to save up more. All right, we have a first-time chat from Gunter Belgium. Welcome. How long did you take to set up the game? Well, today didn't take me anything because it's left set up from last time we played. Setting up takes 15, 20 minutes to set it up. I have a dedicated table that I can set it up on, so it's okay. But welcome, first-time chatter. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to update Nightbot to change the name of the game, but we're almost done, so I'm not even going to bother with it. All right. So Chris gets a bow for 1 wood. And she's spent... so Emmy has spent 1 metal. She has 2 hide left. What do you think? Increase hit points by 1 for 1 hide, or get a double use of armor, giving the attacker disadvantage for 2 hide? Oh, but that puts a -1 into the deck, and I hate putting bad things into the deck. So we're just going to go for the 1 hide and increase hit point value by 1. So 1 hide, and she now has a helmet and a breastplate item towards her long-term goal. All right, there's the that's our new items, crafting items. What does that leave us? That leaves us 1 wood, a 2nd wood, so 2 wood and 1 hide. 2 wood and 1 hide is not going to be enough to upgrade everything. However, we do have 4 inspiration. And if I remember right, we can use inspiration towards... Joe says armor, good choice. Awesome. Thanks. I think that'll be good, yes. Okay. We can use inspiration to build... and I believe upgrade characters. Let's see. The party can spend any amount of inspiration in place of an equal number of material resources when paying various costs for buildings, which I believe that would include building a new building, upgrading an existing one, repairing, rebuilding when they are damaged, or what's the word? There's a word for even more than damaged, raised to the ground. What is it called? It's in this deck over here. A success, wrecked. Yeah, when the buildings are just straight up wrecked. So we could use inspiration to build something. We can also spend 15 inspiration when retiring to complete an additional personal quest. I don't think we're going to do any of that. I don't know which building I want to build. It's early. It's summer. I could build a wall. A wall's going to give us some more defense. We're only allowed to build 1 building per outpost phase. But I feel like I want to get another scenario or 2 under our belts before I actually know what to do there. So we're going to call that good. That, I believe, is the end of our outpost phase. So we will begin next time with a road event as we travel to the Algox Scouting. We're going to do scenario number 2, and we'll see what happens there. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining in on this brief stream, and I am hopefully going to try and come in on Thursday and stream again on Thursday. If not, it'll be next Monday. I'm going to try and get a routine of Mondays for sure, and maybe something like every other Thursday, but we're going to play that by ear. So keep an eye on your subscriptions. I didn't have... If we had any new subscribers today, thank you. I did not notice it coming up, and I'm still not getting the audio cues when that happens. So I need to work on that a little bit more so I can hear if somebody subscribes or joins us for the first time. But if that includes you, you're very welcome here. Thank you for joining us. And it's been a pleasure, and we will see you either on Thursday or next Monday. And I will sign off. Joe says, looking forward to next scenario. Great. Thank you, Joe. And in between now and then, be sure and play lots of games. Thanks.